Where do I begin? Episode 9, Dragon Ball Daima. No, actually episode 10, right? Yeah, episode 10, that's right. Ocean? Ocean was the name. I'm going to be brief with this because there's really not a lot to say. But I have to admit, the episode wasn't that bad. Again, it's not good, but it wasn't horrible. Not at least like the first 6, 7 episodes. Like, Jesus Christ. Let me just gloss over this because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But I'm going to spoil some, but not all. Nahari. That's the Supreme Kai name. That's Nahari, well, whatever. But anyway, the episode kicks off with Goku and the gang, okay, on their way to the second rim, demon rim, right? World, whatever we're going to call it. You see Majin Ku going against the Temigami in the first demon world for the 1-star Dragon Ball. And Majin Ku sucks. Leave it at that. Goku Nim gets to the second demon world, the world where the Supreme Kai is from, and from where the Namekians are from. The Supreme Kai pretty much tells the backstory on why, who created them and what happened, and the guy that created him was the Supreme Creator. So I'm going to assume the Supreme Creator in the demon realm, not all the universe. I'm going to have to go back and watch it to be corrected. But we did see all the Supreme Kais from Dragon Ball Super. So once again, this will be canon because this falls between Z and between Super. And it stays in the main continuity timeline. So what I said in my live stream last week, I believe that this is going to end with them showing Beerus and Whis on their way to Earth to fight the Super Saiyan God. Or at least it's going to show Whis going up to C, right? Beerus, so he can wake Beerus up so Beerus can say his dream. It's going to tie back into Beerus. It's going to tie back into Beerus. Every time I start recording, people want to call. So, but anyway, we see all Supreme Kais. Come to find out Piccolo's father, I guess, so that's the father of all the Namekians, I'm going to assume. And it's from there. Vegeta, it was a titty joke in this episode. A titty joke. Swear to God. Vegeta got kind of pissed off about it because what's that? King Canon's fucking minion, right-hand guy, I guess, was flirting with Bulma. And it was a titty joke thrown in there. And Vegeta got all pissed off about it. It was kind of, there was a little chuck on the side. A little chuck on the side, but it was a titty joke thrown in there. What else? Make sure I ain't missing any damn thing. There's these monsters called Karkins, I think. Goku Num was flying too low in the spaceship. Their spaceship got tore up, pretty much ate up. Pansy, for the win, saved the Dragon Ball, of course. And Goku revealed to Vegeta, once they link up in the second demon realm, that those things are too strong even for them to defeat right now. So I'm assuming, based on their size, that maybe they strength they get cut in half. Honestly, I don't see why they would be too strong. I mean, if you can be a Temigami, you can't beat that. I'm pretty sure that the Temigami can fucking whoop that. So I think that was bad writing right there, but it wasn't a bad episode, man. It ended with, how can I put it? They're going to look for a second Dragon Ball, but it kind of ended with, it didn't really end it. The ending didn't really want you clamoring for too much more, right? They could have did a little bit better. Like, they could have gave us a little teaser, but pretty much after Supreme Kai told his story and after Bulma revealed his name and all that mumbo jumbo, you see Goku them all on the spaceship and they're flying to go and get the 2-star Dragon Ball because they're going to Supreme Kai's planet. This is after Supreme Kai told him everything about what happened to him and that his race is pretty much dying off and about his siblings and all that mumbo jumbo. Then you see them flying away, and they could have showed us something to get us amped up, but you see the Supreme Kai roar floating off in the distance, and it's like, you know, it's not this far from here or some shit. It really didn't leave you clamoring for much, if that makes sense. So they're on their way there. If I had to assume, I didn't really watch the preview. If I have to assume, that's probably where the Tammy Gammy's going to be at. And the fight will ensue for the 2-star Dragon Ball. And then 9 times out of 10, they should win. And then it's off to Demon World 1. And I think that's when shit's going to play the fuck out. It's going to probably be a few episodes there. I still believe it's going to be a 2-season thing. I'm fairly confident probably after episode 12 or 13 is probably going to end for a few months and come back for season 2. Unless they run this all out. I don't see it going past 30 episodes. It's moving too quick. So I don't see it going past 30 episodes at all. But once again, it wasn't bad. It really wasn't good. It wasn't bad. I left out a few things. Like I said, I don't want to spoil the whole episode. There was some action in there. Okay action, but it was some action left in there. But like I said, I don't want to ruin it for people that might want to watch. I'm just going over the main pointers of the episode. If I had to rate the episode, I'd give it maybe a 3 out of 10. That puts the overall average, day average so far, it's 3 out of 10. Yeah, last week I gave it a 2 or 3, and this 3 and 1. So it's averaging about 3 right now, 3 out of 10. It used to be negative out of positive 10, so it's going the right way. Once again, this isn't a banging fucking series. I'm still not hyped for it, but it's better than Dragon Ball Evolution. I don't see it getting better than GT. I'm sorry. GT is GT. Is it better than Evolution? It's still, they're going to do some crazy shit for me to say, okay, this is either on par or better than GT. But right now, it's got a long way to go. A lot of episodes are probably still ahead, so I don't see why it couldn't get as good as GT. But once again, this is really not a hype. It's not hype. But it ain't boring no more. It was like, this is horrible. Right? This shit don't make sense. You made them kids. But it looks more and more likely that based on what was told in this episode about all the margins is from the same realm as the Kais and as the Namekians, and how everything was broken down. This, to me, feel like this is a Supreme Kai coming out party, right? And I still believe that this is going to ultimately end with the Supreme Kai's banding together to knock off King Goma and the other margin boos that are being created. I still stand on what I said. I still believe that this is setting it up for the next arc in Super, believe it or not, to be a margin. Because think about it, we still got Oob, that's descendant of Margin Buu. Actually, he is Margin Buu reincarnated. But we know Margin Buu was created in the demon realm. Okay, so I'm just going on hunches. I think that the reason why we're getting Daima now is to set the stage for what's to come in Super. Because we're seeing Kais now from Super, pictures and images in Daima, even though we seen them before we got Daima. So I'm predicting, and I'm going to stand on that. I said it last year. Last year in November. I still believe that the next arc in Super, if it ever comes back or when it comes back, will be about Margin Buu. And I believe that it's going to be based on Oob. And if Goku's going to train Oob, which if they follow the storyline, he should. And I still believe that power inside of Oob is going to be awakened in a way that is going to bring out the evil manifestation of Margin Buu, but a stronger version, since Goku's going to be probably teaching them God Ki and all that stuff. And that's going to cause a totally different phenomenon. Now, if they decide to make Black Frieza the next arc, and they're going to end up with Black Frieza, then you guys are going to be pissed off because they didn't get to the end of Z, which it isn't going to matter at this point because, once again, Broly, Beast Gohan, Beerus, and the Z doesn't even matter anymore. Because, like I said, you can't forget what you're looking at. It's in the main timeline now. You can't forget what you're looking at. So the end of Z isn't going to matter anymore. I don't know why you guys are so hard to find that out now. Like, it ain't going to matter. Because you can't just forget about Jiren and everybody else. It ain't going to happen. Okay? Because Broly wasn't in GT, but he's in Super now. And so all that changes the end of Z. All of that. This is going to jump past the end of Z. I don't believe there's going to be no tournament. I think the next arc is going to jump past the end of Z, where Goku meets Oob. There is no tournament. If they do, and we get the flyaway scene, it's going to be totally different. There's going to be new characters involved. And it's not going to make the end of Z look any better. I think this is going to be something that's going to be a timeline jump. A few years, Goku met Oob, trained Oob, whatever, to be a successor, and then Frieza attacks. But before Frieza attacks, the evil Kid Buu come out, or the evil Margin come out of him. Then we got a whole new issue to deal with. Probably be the final fight before Frieza. And now it's setting up Goku and them to test their new powers so they can see exactly where they stand against Frieza. That will make more logical sense, but who knows what might happen. We might not even get the Margin Buu that we want, the Kid Buu, but we got Oob, and if that's the case, and Oob gets strong, then hey, it's still a descendant of the original Margin Buu, so remains to be seen. So it's one of those things, but I still believe that the next arc in Super is going to be based around Oob/Buu before we get Black Frieza. That's what I believe. And if now we get Black Frieza, they're going to drag it out, so we should see glimpse and shit like that that let us believe that Oob will be Goku's successor and all that good shit. But anyway, guys, that's all I have. That was Dragon Ball Daima episode 10. Fucking Ocean. Once again, wasn't a bad episode. Wasn't crunk, but wasn't bad. It's a 3 out of 10 for me. You guys go check it out on Crunchyroll. And I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. It's been your boy Savar Matner. I'm everyone. Peace.